I have no idea. I didn't do it. I'm back, though. I have no idea. I have no idea. Why did it do that? I have no idea, fam. So this is part 2. I'll just pick up where I left off from. Look like everything going on okay. Yo, they just literally just shut it down. My internet is flowing good. Software just fine. Not an issue. I don't know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's really a shame. We had 50 people in the building, so it's very unfortunate, but I got to keep the show going, even if I got to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I will keep on going with this. The last point, go look at part 1, and I'm picking up from exactly where I left off. And that was Danny Garcia not being able, Errol Spence Jr. not being able to bounce on his toes. Sorry about the technical difficulties, fam. I have no idea how that happens. None whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I'll share this around to everywhere it needs to be shared after it's over. But we'll just have to keep on rolling for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Thumbs up is your pull up, though. Thumbs up is your pull up, and I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Let me make sure the sound is good, and I'm gonna keep on going. And I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we good. All right, solid. Well, I'll finish it off right here. The thing is this. Errol doesn't bounce on his toes. Danny, Keith, Sean, both bounced on their toes on the outside. And that's something that Errol Spence Jr. has been reluctant to do. We always say, Danny has slow feet. They always say, man, Danny has slow feet. You know what I'm saying? Slow feet. Hold on 1 second, fam. Hold on 1 second. Just let me make sure something real quick. All right. Just let me make sure something real quick. Hold on. Sorry about this. It's crazy. They stopped the whole flow of the video like that. Let me make sure we get this back out, man. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. We back. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to finish this, man. It don't change. Ain't nothing change. I'm just going to put this in the form real quick, man. Hold on 1 second, fam. 1 second. I don't know why YouTube did that, man. They just shut it down for no reason. It just shut down. You know what I mean? I don't know why I did that. That's forget. Whatever, bruh. Hey, bill paid all the way up through the year, man. You know what I'm saying? Dang, man. I don't know, bro. Hey, I live around a lot of trees, though, man. So, I know it's supposed to be raining tonight. So, whenever I get, like, some sort of a storm through my area, man, I'm in a very wooded area. So, it's like, yo, the slightest storm be throwing my stuff off, man. But it is what it is. So, we back. We're going to frame it. We're going to get to the end of this because I need to give a full prediction. Now, the thing is, so I don't see Errol Spence Jr. bouncing on his toes on the outside like Keith. I don't see Errol Spence Jr. bouncing like Sean did. I just don't see it. That's just not what he does. He doesn't bounce on his toes. Errol keeps you off him with punches, not movement. You know, Keith, Sean, like I say, bounce around on their toes, always on the outside. Movement. Errol, he stands, he punches, he swings to keep you off him. If you put him in a corner, he gonna fight his way out. You get him up against the rope, he gonna fight his way out. You hit him with a good shot, he gonna make one move and then fight from then on down. How would that affect him against a counterpuncher? I don't know. Now, the good things from Errol Spence Jr. This is what everybody been raining. Been raining in Charlotte hard, Tyrese? Yeah. Same way out here in the DMV, man. Rain coming from everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But the good things that Errol Spence Jr. does do, and the good things that he do is simple. Hard puncher. Keeps his opponents honest. A lot of these dudes ain't running up on Errol. It ain't going to happen that way because he hits too hard. Honest, relentless, coming forward with hard shots from the outside, long reach, full extension on punches. Oh, yeah. Boy can hit hard, man. It's one of the good things he got going for him. Another thing, Errol Spence Jr. mixes up his punches very, very well. Nobody mixes up punches like Errol Spence Jr. Upstairs, downstairs, from the side, straight punches, looping punches, fast punches, hard punches, slow. His punch selection, his punch salad. It's ain't no telling what's coming at you. Ain't no telling. So his punch selection, hard puncher, mixes up the punches, upstairs, downstairs, doubles up the jab, straight left hand, downstairs, every time. Relentless puncher. He stays on angles. I'm thinking that he cannot stand directly in front of Danny Garcia at no points in this fight. He has to be at an angle. Right shoulder out, preferably. Right shoulder, always at that slanted 90-degree angle from Danny Garcia's left hand. Stand at an angle. Throw him off. Don't give him a target. Stay away from the left hook. Danny throws 2 punches. His 2 best punches are his left hook and right uppercut. Those are his 2 punches, and those are the 2 punches that I think will give Earl the most trouble in this fight. Stay away from the left hook and the right uppercut, man. That thing is vicious off Danny. That's what he likes to throw. You know what I'm saying? Real spiel. Errol Spence, he changes his left hand. He sometimes throws it straight, and he sometimes loops it. This is the one thing that threw Mikey Garcia off. You go back and you watch that fight. What threw Mikey off wasn't so much outside of the distance, because he stood right outside of Mikey every time. Mikey take a step forward, Earl take a step back. He kept that distance between him and Mikey majority of the fight, right? But Mikey didn't know if the left hand was coming straight at him or if it was coming around the guard. Earl constantly mixed that left hand up from the outside on Mikey all night long. And they were hard punches. I mean, Mikey couldn't decide whether to come down the middle. Mikey couldn't decide if those punches were coming here. Mikey was in the mixing bowl. He ain't know where they were coming from. Earl throws that left hand straight from the outside, but when he's comfortable, he starts to loop it. Powerful shot, bro. Powerful shot. Powerful shot. It was the left hook that dropped Porter, right? Took that step back, left hook, got the leverage on it. It dropped Porter. But that was a short left hook too. If it had a little bit more pepper on it, Porter wouldn't have got up. I don't know. Because that thing landed flush. You know what I'm saying? Landed flush. Stay away from Danny's left hook. And most importantly, watch for Danny punching between punches. Danny is a dynamic counterpuncher. This is his best attribute. This is number 1 tool. Counterpunching and timing. Number 1 tool. Watch out. Don't get willy-nilly in there like Amir Khan did. Getting in there all loose. Getting in there, I'm touching them now. I'm just touching them with ease. Getting all loose, and next thing you know, that left hook comes from nowhere, and it's lights out. Danny has a killer ability to punch between punches. Watch out for that, Earl. Earl doubles that jab up. He usually doubles that jab up before he goes downstairs, or he may touch you downstairs and come back upstairs with a double jab. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. And be prepared for a late rally from Danny Garcia. Be fully prepared for a late rally. Because when Danny's down on the cards, he gets desperate. He gets aggressive. And he gets strong. He throws some devastating body hooks. He starts to walk you down. He'll take a few incoming fire. But he's looking to get at you. He has a short reach. He has to close the distance. And most importantly, he's always looking to hit you downstairs too. Be prepared for a late rally. If Errol Spence Jr. does these things, I think he'll be victorious. Danny Garcia. As for Danny Garcia, throws a great left hook and a great right uppercut. We just said that. The no-look left hook. Not only so much, he sits on that punch. Like he plants them feet and he let that left hook, he pulls it from the knee. From the bottom of the knee. And he puts everything into it. It's a devastating shot. It's a devastating shot. If it don't put you down, it will buzz you. He does a devastating left hook. One of the best in the business. You know what I'm saying? Great balance. Some say attribute this to his sixth toe or something like that. They say the man got webbed feet like he play on Waterworld or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like his balance is sick though. You don't see him flipping and flopping and flopping. His core is strong. His balance is strong. That's one thing about Danny. You don't see him flopping and flipping and people tossing him all around easy. You don't see that. You know why? Because his balance. He's always planting before he swings, so he's always on balance. Danny is not that dude that's going to look to punch off his toes. Danny is not that dude that's looking to move and punch. Danny is always looking to plant and punch. And he wants to put it all into it. That's why his balance is good, man. You can't push him off. Balance is solid balance. Solid chin and good stamina. Rarely see Danny looking overly tired down the stretch. I mean, he gets tired like any other fighter at the normal pace that any other fighter would, but nothing outrageous like, oh, by round 6, Danny is done. Oh, he's been crunching weight in a sauna or something and he's done. Nah, champ. Whoever his strength and conditioning coach is, salute to them. Danny don't be tiring like in the middle of fights. He made the championship round slow down a bit just like any other fighter, but his stamina is pretty damn good. And the reason being is because Danny don't waste nothing. He don't waste nothing. He don't get in there and do a bunch of unnecessary. He's not swinging until he's in range, and he ain't swinging until he's planted. So he ain't wasting nothing. He don't overly move. He's not a guy who bounce on his toes and run around the ring. No, that ain't Danny. He wastes very, very little. Which means when he goes down the stretch and fights, he's strong. Because he ain't sitting there tussling. He may be trying to walk you down, but he ain't running you down. He may be trying. No, he's not going to do anything unnecessary. Swing a bunch of unnecessary punches. None of that. That ain't Danny. It's, I got to get to my point. Once I got you cornered, I need to get to my point, put my foot flat down, and now I'm going to swing. That's always been a problem for him in a lot of fights too, and we're going to get there. But I'm just saying, that's Danny. That's Danny. He plants and swings. Danny should look to touch Errol early, not rush him. Now, we heard Angel Garcia. We heard Danny Garcia. I'm going to test his chin. I'm going to jump on him. I'm going to see if anything's wrong with him. X, Y, Z, whatever. If Danny is smart, you don't do that, bro. Don't jump on him. I know you want to test him, but touch him first. I think Danny should turn the aggression up in the middle rounds, not the early rounds. You touch him. You get your distance down first. Just touching him. Make him make a mistake. See if he makes a mistake by you touching him. See if he overly commits to the inside just by you touching him. Sometimes you have to give a reaction to get the reaction. Sometimes just touch him and see how he reacts. See if he, oh my God, I'm getting touched by Danny's jab, or I'm getting touched downstairs too much. And is he going to step to your world to the inside and try to beat you up? Earl has done it in the past. He's beat other fighters at their own game. Is he going to try it with you? Touch him and see. Give him 2 rounds. Just touching him. See where he moving, how he moving, the distance. See how fast he moving. Don't turn it up on him. Now, rounds 5, round 6, that's when the heat got to get turned up. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. And that's just, those are some of the good things. He likes to lead to the body and then go to the head. That's a good thing about Danny. That's him and Earl share that very similarly. But those are some of the good things that Danny Garcia do. Some of the bad things that he do, which is very obvious and well out there. The bad things that he do. He thinks too much. He's figuring out distance. He's seeing a guy move. It's usually from somebody, though, that's overly moving. Like when Keith was circling around him, he just was caught in the matrix at times. When Porter was switching pace constantly on him, 1 minute Porter's super intense, the next minute he bouncing around on the outside on his toes, switch up gang. Everyone knows that throws Danny off. I've been saying that for years. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that ain't what Earl does. To make Danny think, you have to move. He doesn't care much for movement like that. I mean, he's down to hunt you down, yeah, but what makes him overly think and try to get into that right place to get planted and then let the hands go, and he has to get to that place. He has to think. And if you moving, constantly resetting him, making him turn around, making him go here, making him go there, well, he's thinking too much. You know what I mean? And That always, while he's thinking like that, trying to get all of these things done, he getting touched up. Guys, Keith mastered it. Moved around on the outside. He would jump in and get out of there. Start moving around Danny again. Do the same thing. Every time Danny start coming forward too much, get it, eat a two-piece, pop, pop, Keith gone. Danny hated that because he couldn't get Keith, keep Keith still enough for long enough to plant and swing. And when he started to do it down the stretch, when Keith started to engage more with him, well, it started to pay off for Danny. But it took Keith to stop moving and slow down. I don't see Errol fighting that fight. Porter did it. He even did it against Ugas. But that's what Porter likes to do. Porter's intense. You know, when Porter be in the ring, this is how he be. Moving like he on Street Fighter, like he Ken Ryu or somebody. You know what I'm saying? He just be up in that joint, just be bouncing. That ain't Errol. Earl's is right there. He ain't gonna sit there. He ain't hard to find. But that's what makes Danny think. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes Danny think. Another thing. His desire to always plant allows him to be led. So if you are that mover, if you do tend to stay on the outside, you can just keep leading and leading because he always is looking to plant, which makes him have to continuously follow you and follow you and follow you and follow you until he gets comfortable enough to get in range, plant, and swing. That's too much going on, bro. That's too much. And this is why Danny get caught in those situations where he don't let his hands go. He starts to get caught in these situations where rounds are ticking by, time is ticking by, and he's still trying to figure things out throughout the round. That's that movement. That's that movement. But that's his desire to plant. He becomes content doing the same thing over and over and over. Every fighter he stopped, especially at welterweight, they all were like flat-footed guys who stood right there in front of him for the most part, right? He's comfortable like that. That's what he likes to do. He does the same, and he does the same. Even if you look at the Danny Garcia from Sean Porter to the Danny Garcia with Keith Thurman, you see the same Danny Garcia. The Danny Garcia from 140 that moved up to 47 is the same Danny Garcia, just with bigger fighters. Some say maybe Danny should have picked up more training years ago. I think that train is already left. I think we already beyond that point. More training would have helped Danny at one point in time. I think we just, at this point, his style is becoming based squarely in power. It's power and timing. He's and the messed up part about that is that the power on the elite level ain't really translating. He ain't stopping no elites. He's stopping the Granadoses of the world. So that's my point. So I'm like, his style is so based in power and timing alone, and nothing has been added on. Nothing. But he's a good fighter. He's doing the best he can with, I guess, the tools he has, right? You know what I mean? But he hasn't even dropped the elite fighters with clean shots. Peep it. Remember the body shot heard around the world that he hit Keith Thurman with? Didn't drop Keith. He laid a lot of good leather on Sean going down the stretch. Didn't drop Sean. I don't know if he drops Earl. Don't know. But I don't see it. I'm just saying. I don't see it. But those are some of the things that I think that Danny Garcia does and that will hurt him in a fight with Errol Spence. All right, we done. Those are the styles. Verdict time. Mainman Mademan, you talk so much, you covered 2 videos. You know what I'm saying? You done melted the wires on YouTube, and now they trying to kick you off. You know what I'm saying? The Wi-Fi getting mad at you because you're talking so much. Then they trying to kick you off. Everyone wants to kick you off. Just give the damn prediction. Here it is. This is how I believe that this fight goes. Manny, I hope you out there, fam. I hope you out there. I believe the fight goes just like this. Errol Spence Jr. gets clipped at a portion of this fight. He gets clipped and he shows up at some time during this fight. I believe it's going to happen within the 3rd and 4th round. I think Earl gets clipped. I think he gets dazed, maybe even semi-buzzed. But here's the deal. I think that starts the awakening. I think he'll enter the ring with a little rust. It's just natural. You know what I mean? Getting the timing down, getting the distance down, getting the the pace down, because full competition, the pace is different than sparring. I think it takes him a couple rounds, and while he's getting used to things, I think he gets clipped. Do I think he gets dropped? No. But I do think he gets clipped, and I think he shows up and he scares the crap out of Spence Nation. Yes. I think Errol will have an issue on the inside. I think he will overshoot some shots. He'll overshoot the jab. He'll overshoot the left hand. Once you know, he did it several times against Mikey, and that will put Danny Garcia on his inside. Mikey made it to the inside several times on Errol. Go back and watch the fight. The problem is when Mikey got there, he didn't know what to do. When Errol will overshoot on Mikey, when Mikey will find himself right on the inside with Errol Spence, he would do nothing but back out. Back out. Every once in a while, he'll let a shot go, and it will land. But then he'll get out of there. I think he was going to have a problem with Danny on the inside. And Danny loves to throw left and right hooks once he makes it to the inside, to the body. And he does them very well. Very well. Those are two of his top shots. And Earl's going to have to deal with that if he overshoots. And I think that's what's going to lead him to being clipped. It takes a lot of intensity to beat Danny Garcia, which means that something is going to have to wake up in Errol Spence Jr., and I think it kicks him into overdrive. I think it brings back Errol. I think Earl's going to have to be hit to come back. That sounds real weird, I know. That sounds weird. I think he has to hear the voice. I think he got to hear that same voice that Ali heard. I think he got to hear that same voice that Diego Corrales heard. When you think things are slipping, and that voice pops up and say, who are you? Who are you? You better show that man who you are. And I think he rallies back from that point on down. I think we're going to have a real theatrical fight like that. Real spill. I think Earl will go through the fire for the first 5 to 6 rounds. He will deal with a lot of firepower from Danny Garcia. But I believe that after about the 6th round, maybe 7th, I think Earl finds a rhythm in about the 7th round. I think he nudges maybe a couple early round, maybe, but I think he's going to deal with a lot of fire and firepower. And I think from round 7 to rounds 12, this is where Earl takes over. He's been hit enough at this point. He's woken up. His rhythm is back. He's back feeling that pain that makes your senses heightened. It takes that. It's like a jolt to the heart. If the heart died, what they do? Clear? Poof. When I look at Earl on these stages and in these interviews and I see how humble he is, I thought it was the weight cut at first. I will admit. That's why I was heading down that road for a minute. I'm saying maybe the weight has got him feeling so humble. Or maybe he just needs to be waking up. That's what it is. He needs to be waking up. He needs to feel that crack one good time. You know, a lot of fighters, believe it or not, weird as this may sound, and I've heard fighters say this, when they retire and they leave the sport, they miss what it feels like to be sometimes punched. And that's weird, I know, but I've heard that several times. That punch, that crack reminds you of who you are. And you are a fighter. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to get cracked. One good time. One. Shell up. Scare the crap out of Spence Nation. And then from then on out, rise back up and take the fight to Danny. I think he digs deep. He becomes relentless late in the fight. And as a full prediction, I think Errol Spence Jr. defeats Danny Garcia by split decision. By split decision. Mainman Mademan, you said he was going to destroy him. You said he was going to dominate him. I say a lot of things. But then when we throw all of that out and we put this bowl together, and I see that Errol Spence Jr. don't bounce on his toes, and I see that he's going to put himself in range to be countershot, I think one lands, and I think one does some damage. I think he processes it, and he eats it, and he absorbs it, and he comes back stronger. A la the Kell Brook fight, minus the eye injury. Hear me, though. The Kell Brook fight, minus the eye injury. What am I talking about? First, 7 rounds? Close rounds, right? Back and forth rounds. I had Kell Brook up through the first 7, 4-3. But then what happened? The eye went. Earl took that fight over, finishes Kell Brook. Now, take that eye part out the way. I think the fight goes similar to just like that. Just like that. Kell Brook ain't the most bounciest fighter. Wasn't the most bounciest fighter. He was the way he fought Earl, he fought with his feet flat on the ground. Pull counter. And I think you'll get something similar to that. I think Danny will throw some rounds in the bank because Earl is going to have to knock off Russ. He's going to have to knock off Russ. And I think we're going to a split decision. That's my call. I don't think there's going to be a stoppage. I don't think Danny gets stopped. I think the level of intensity is going to take to stop Danny. I don't know if Earl's going to be willing to go there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least not first fight back. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think we have some very scary moments. And that is, believe it or not, as much as we sit here as boxing fans and, he's going to destroy him and he's going to KO him, he's going to stop him. Do y'all not realize this? For Errol Spence Jr., if he goes through that fire and still remains victorious, it's going, y'all understand. He going Super Saiyan on you because it's almost symbolic of what he been through in life. That fight will show that to him. You don't get it. When you go through a fire like that and you come out victorious, you ain't the same. You somebody different. You know you great. You are more confident, more assured of yourself. Earl needs this fight. And maybe this is the reason why Earl took Danny Garcia first. I'm giving y'all many reasons why he could have did it. At the end of the day, without his strength and conditioning coaching, maybe Earl wants to do this for Earl. I don't need, y'all not hearing me. Without the people that y'all claim that I need so much, I go in here and I beat this guy. I know that I'm the goods at this point. I know that I'm still the same. Then I could go forward confident and ready to finish off 147, move up to 54 and do the same thing. But it's going to take me getting through this guy. I could throw in a Jotacito Lopez. I could throw in a Luis Collazo. I can throw in a. But what is that going to do for Earl? He'll still leave that fight with the same questions that he walking into this fight with. He would have been still leaving a Collazo fight as, I beat Collazo, but, no, give me the top. Give me Danny. I know if I beat Danny, especially if I stop this fool, especially if I convincingly beat this guy, I am who I say I am. And nobody, everyone went against me. There people told me I was stupid. I should have took a soft touch. I should have took a this. I should have took a that. He is playing with high stakes. There's no rematch clause in this fight, fam. I'm going to say that again because I don't think y'all. The man is coming off a situation. He's been inactive. He's a unified champion. He reached the pay-per-view heights of boxing. He's a pay-per-view attraction. And he's coming back after all of that without a rematch clause. PBC, if y'all drop the ball on this, I'm just saying, fam. I'm just saying. Hip Hop Underworld in the building. What's up, family? What's up? Salute to everybody that came on back for part 2, man. Apologies for the technical difficulties from part 1. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Earl looked drained at the weigh-in, man. I didn't think he looked drained. I just checked it out. I can't say he looked drained. Energy, intensity levels, do they need to come up? Absolutely. And this is the reason I'm really wondering about peaking. The biggest person I fight with when I do these predictions is me, man. I don't. There's another voice in his head that I'm ignoring. with this prediction. There's another voice in there that I'm ignoring. But whatever. I'm all in on this. Errol Spence Jr. wins. Split decision. You know what I'm saying? DGO in the building. What's up, man? What's up? Garcia is C-level. Perfect tune-up for Spence. I can't say he's C-level. I can't, because if you throw a C-level fighter in there, he'll destroy him. You throw him in there with a B- level fighter, and he'll destroy him. That means he's definitely above C-level. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You throw a C-level fight in there with Danny Garcia, and they won't make it. You know what I'm saying? Period. Word of the day says, yo, Garcia is like that. Timing and power. He is always dangerous. Facts. When you got power like that, even though it ain't showed on the elite level yet, but he can crack. He can crack. And that will assure Errol Spence even more. If he takes Danny's punch, if he eats Danny's punch, man, that dude gonna think he's unstoppable. I think he's doing this for him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's doing this for him. C-level is harsh. He is better than that. Yeah, exactly, man. That's a little too high. You know what I mean? Tell the Truth says, yo, Al Heyman is going to send the loser Crawford's way. The winner gets the PBC belt protection from Crawford. Yeah. Well, look, October 2021. October 2021. Winner of this fight needs to be saying the name Terence Crawford. Oh, we're going to be right here. Trust and believe. Danny is not afraid to take one, to give one. This might be a problem if he takes Spence's best shot. Well, the thing is, I can't, in Spence's case, where I don't look at Errol Spence as a one-punch knockout artist. I look at him as a chip-away fighter, which means it takes round after round after round of him being relentless, chipping you away little by little to get you gone. And that's the way that I think it can play out on Danny, because he thinks too much. He starts to think too. Now, like I said, Earl doesn't move nearly as good as Keith or as with Sean, but Earl will stay on the outside and give him long shots from the outside. You know what I mean? But you better be careful. With that straight left hand down to the body, that worries me from it, because he lunges too much when he pushes it out. And I can see a left hook coming out of nowhere. I'm just saying. Oh, shit. All right, let me scroll back up. All right. What's up, Lost One? What's going on, fam? What's going on? Yeah. Muhammad Ali, what's up, family? But can Danny keep up with Spence continuous punches? He can't keep up with him, but he can definitely punch through them. You know what I mean? And the best thing about Spence is he'll do it from the outside. So maybe he stays right out of range of Danny. That's one thing that Errol Spence Jr. is another tool in his toolbox, is his judging of distance. He's a really good judge. I mean, the way he kept the distance on Mikey right outside of his punches, Mikey couldn't swing. Only time Mikey could really swing is when Earl overshot and put Mikey on the inside. Whenever Earl will overshoot the jab, Mikey ducks under it and ends up right up under Errol Spence Jr. That's the only way. But as far as when it was judging the distance, nah. Slim, he kept his mindset on keeping the right amount of distance between him and Mike. And Mikey had a short reach too. Danny's arms are kind of short. You know what I'm saying? He'll give Danny shots from the outside. And he'll see. And when you fight from the outside like that, you see everything. You know. But you need the movement to make it even. You know what I mean? I can't. That does concern me, the fact that he's not as good as a mover as Keith Thurman and maybe Sean Porter. It does concern me that Earl makes one move and then stand and fight. Because it does take movement to really make Danny think. He don't like movement. But then again, he might not like the relentless punches of Errol Spence Jr. What happens if Earl pushes Danny back? I think Earl would be the smart by using his length, speed, and athletic ability to point Danny. He will still have to fight at some point because Danny will be there for counters. Absolutely. I think Earl is going to have to fight in the middle portions of this fight. I think about rounds 3 to 7 are going to be holistic rounds, man. From rounds 3 to 7 is when Earl's going to have to stand his ground and prove and show Danny that I'm not going to let you, just, run through me over here. No, I'm going to stand. I'm going to give you some firepower right back. But those rounds 3 to 7 are going to be the proving rounds, I think. You know how you say the proving grounds? You had the proving rounds, I think, from 3 to 7. And in my opinion, by 7, I believe Earl should be well in rhythm. Rush should be knocked off well by then. And I think at that point, Earl gets back into the driver's seat. And he takes that fight and runs with it. You know what I mean? But I think we're going to get a very Kell Brook-like fight. You know what I mean? It was a close fight up until a certain point where Errol had to pull away until he got, started to overwhelm Kell Brook. And I think we're going to have to get to that point. The question is, and this is all of the things that we got to learn in this fight about Errol, is it still in him to do it? Is this, those answers, no, I don't have it. No one has it. I hope so. You know what I mean? Because he's going to need it. You're going to need intensity to beat Danny. You don't beat Danny Garcia without intensity. It took Sean Porter to give Danny Garcia about 3 different looks. He had to put it on him, stay on top of him. He had to stay on the outside and bounce on his toes. He had to try and find ways to make it to the inside and then get out. But it took an intense performance. Keith Thurman's performance, intense. Keith was coming swinging bombs from the outside. You're going to have to get intense with Danny. You're going to have to get intense. And that's when fireworks going to go pow. That's when fireworks going to go crazy. And I think that happens between 3 and 7. 3 and 7. I think from 7 is all Errol. 7 to 12, Errol should be taking it. Maybe 8. Maybe 8. 8. It took Lamont Peterson on Danny. He started to take it from him, rounds 8 or round 9 on down. I think Errol takes it from 7 on down. 7 on down. Switch up game. Errol is going to have to play switch up game. He's going to have to change the speed of his punches constantly. And most importantly, he's going to have to change his style at a couple times throughout this fight. You cannot become repetitive against Danny Garcia. The worst thing to do against Danny Garcia is to become repetitive, to do the same thing over and over again. It's just a matter of time at that point. Which means Errol is going to have to do different things. Maybe that's why he's so lean. Riddle me that. Errol plans on moving in this fight. Errol plans on moving in this fight. Tell the truth. Well, welcome to the family, fam. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. I think Errol Spence Jr. coming in lean. Will he move for this fight? Is that the one thing we overlooking, fam? That just hit me like a ton of bricks. A slimmer version of Errol Spence. Or at least you could say the muscles are not as big, or whatever you want to say. Is he looking to move in this fight? Is he looking to move in this fight? Is he going to become Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz in this fight? I'm talking the second fight, of course. Are we going to get an Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz-esque performance? Damn, I ain't think about that. I don't see Errol being able to do it, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that's what he gonna do, man. You know, that's something to think about. Damn, I wish I'd have thought of that prior, but maybe that's the reason he slimmed down. Maybe he is planning on moving on Danny. I'm telling you, man, Keith was so successful at moving on Danny. Mauricio Herrera became so successful moving on Danny. Lamont Peterson became successful on Danny because he switched the pace midway through the fight. He went from on his toes to being aggressive, which was something that Errol is going to have to do several times. Errol might be prepping himself on another. See, we didn't even see that version of Errol Spence Jr. when he fought Mikey Garcia. We didn't see that coming. We ain't see that coming. We didn't even understand that. Like, what in the, everybody, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Oh, he didn't stop Mikey, but he outboxed him and but we didn't see that coming. We didn't see that coming. We didn't know at that time. I told you Errol has busted myths. We didn't know if he was the boxer. Remember, people said he couldn't box. He was just running over everybody. He was a 54. He's a 60-pounder fighting at 47. Until he outboxed Mike, he didn't want 1 second of one round. Until he did that, and now he's a boxer. Now everyone says he's a good boxer. So in this fight, because I've been saying this whole video, Errol don't move. Enough that I think make Danny think. He moves, but not enough. He's a one movement. He gives you one move and then he stops. He's not Keith. You know how Keith was on the outside just like bouncing around lateral? That ain't Errol. But will it be Errol? Could it be Errol? I mean, he's leaning for this fight. Somebody think I would be very impressed. I would be very impressed if Errol goes in there and he does show me another dimension of himself. I mean, we learn about fighters all the time. That would be impressive. because I know he can stop people whenever he's relentless Earl. I've seen him now outbox a damn good boxer. He was little, but I've seen him box a damn good boxer. I've seen him take the fight to a Sean Porter. I've never seen him move on the outside and do what Keith do. And that's get in and get out and stay disciplined enough to do it. You trying to teach us something, bruh? You want to teach us something in this fight, Earl? Are you leaning down to show us something new? Riddle me that. I mean, you trying to teach us something, bro? Like, you trying to show us, like, everything that Crawford can do that, like, I can do type thing? Like, what are you doing? Like, every time I turn around, I'm seeing a new Earl, and I'm liking this. It's impressive. It's impressive, to say the least. I'm about to get up out of here, fam. Let me read some comments, man. It's impressive, though, man. Hey, Muhammad Tola's in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you, man? What's going down? Salute, fam. Do you think it's better for Earl to move first or brawl? Because he must be anxious to find out how he takes a hard, clean punch. Facts, bro. That's exactly what I just got finished talking about. That's exactly what, bruh. I do think that Earl, and I can't tell y'all how weird this sounds coming out of my mouth. I do think he wants to be hit. You gotta know. You gotta learn. That's the reason he took this fight. He got to know for himself. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I think Earl comes out boxing, but I think he's gonna be forced to brawl. And I think he's gonna put himself in a position to have to brawl at points in times. Yes, I do. Because I think he wants to know about himself as well. Man, that's a different layer to this fight, bro. Like, yo, man, y'all ain't hearing me, man. When I look at boxing, we talk a lot of crap here, but boxing is a sport where you learn about yourself in so many different ways, man. And this fight, I'm telling you, man, I think Errol Spence Jr. is going to school on himself. Man, I don't know if I've ever seen a fight like this. I don't know if I've ever seen a fight where someone's going to have to learn about themselves right there in the ring. And afterwards, he's going to know all he need to know. Some people say, yo, why he ain't talking like he was before he left and blah, 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 blah. Because he's probably wondering, like, I got to do this first before I can go back and before I can talk about Terence Crawford and what I'm going to do in the future and yada, yada. I got to do this first. Yo, y'all ain't hearing me, man. That just hit me like a ton of bricks. That just hit me like a ton. He going to learn about himself in this fight, bro. This is a learning curve for Errol Spence Jr., and he is accepting this, and he putting himself in this situation. This is stand up, and I got nothing but respect for this man. That is what's up, champ. He could have took a Luis Collazo. He could have took a Jotacito Lopez. The man has been through a devastation, and he's like, you know what, screw all that. At first I was thinking, could it be, remember we talked about this. Maybe he bit the pay-per-view apple, and he's like throwing everything out the window like, I want that pay-per-view. No. I was going there, but no. Nah. He never backed away from Danny. He could have easily postponed this fight, and no one would have blamed him. I wouldn't have made not one video saying that Errol Spence Jr. was wrong for not fighting Danny Garcia. He would have gotten a square pass from the entire boxing world, but he said, screw you and your pass. Because your pass ain't gonna make me learn nothing. Respect. Damn, respect. Respect. KQ, what's up, family? Salute, man. My main man right there, Joe. KQKC Boxing in the house. What's up, family? Salute to Chi-Town, man. What's up, man? Much love to my man, main man. Keep the grind up. Thank you, KQKC. Salute to you, bro. Hey, KQ, I'm going to call in, bro. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to hit that Saturday line, fam. Salute to KQKC, man. Look, man, real live boxing man right there if you ever know one. Salute to that brother, man. I got nothing but love and respect for that, man. Watch him every chance I get. Salute. And KQ, thank you, man, for holding me down, brother. You know what I'm saying? I hold you down as well. Much love to you, fam. Man, that's my man right there, champ. What do I have to do for a wrench, Superb Supreme? All you got to do is stay fam, bro. Just stay fam. That's all I ask. Just show up. Show up and hit the thumbs up for me. That's what all I ask. But I got to see consistency before you get that blue suit. Because I really, everyone that you see popping up in blue, you know what I mean? Like, they've been holding me down. And you get cats that slide through, you don't see them no more. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, damn, dog. Like, so I like to give the blue suits to the people that I know that you're showing up. You know what I'm saying? And you're holding me down. You know what I mean? Because, you know, that's just the way it is. But you keep on showing up. I keep on seeing you right there. You damn Skippy, you going to have a wrench. And, you know, and all wrenches on this channel, everyone in blue. Everyone in blue. And I hope my homie is. I know he is. But y'all always got free access to this channel. If you ever hit me up, and if I'm on here live, and you say, man, yo, man, I got something I want to get off my chest. Bam, you know what I mean? You've been rocking with me, say less. You know what I'm saying? If you are up starting channel, you know, I know a lot of the fam, we got a lot of new uploaders that slide through a lot, you know what I'm saying? All I ask is that you stay down, you know what I mean? But I'm down to help promote you, whatever the case. I don't get caught up in all that stuff. I want to see everybody do well, you know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody do good. I know we got a lot of new channels that's now rocking with me, and every chance I get, I pop up on your vids. I mean, I'm saying, I'm in your chats and caps. You know what I'm saying? But that's the fam. And if you are that, and, you know, if you're starting a new channel and you know you rocking with Mainman, of course you can get on here and talk that real spill. You know what I'm saying? All day. I got nothing but love for the fam. And I want to support everybody as much as I can, man. I can't, you know, I'm a real busy man in my personal life, but I try to get on here as much as I can and then hold you down. We're going to do an end of the year live stream where I will give thanks to everyone, everybody. You know what I mean? This has been a phenomenal year for me. Salute to everyone that's still with me. You know what I mean? Certain folks who've been with me through ups and downs of the channel, thick and thin of the channel. You know what I mean? A hearty salute, because guess what? Real spill. I can go back years and see some of y'all on my videos. Salute to my brother, Manny Brown TV. One of the stand-uppest dudes out here. Held me down. I see so many videos when I go through. I always see Monty in the comments. Yo, salute my brother, or making cool videos. Shout out to Mainman Mademan. Yo, that's my homie right there. And I ride with him 150,000%. You dig? And most importantly to everyone, before I get off here, I don't care about your boxing opinion. I don't care who you like. Don't think you can't come rock with Mainman because you're a Tyson Fury fan. Ain't that right, William? Don't think you can't rock with Mainman because you're an Errol Spence Jr. fan. Ain't that right, Mike? We don't matter. I care about your support. You know what I'm saying? I care about your support and your well-being for the most part, believe it or not. Because everybody got issues out here in this world. We all do. We get on here on YouTube, we want to have a good time. We want to talk boxing. We want to talk that real spill. And y'all are all welcome here. Salute to the homie D-Lo 44 Boxing. Love to see that channel growing over there. All of the upstarting channels. Black Star. You know what I mean? Who my brother? Stormy B-Man. The Truth. Lawrence Williams. All of the fam. KQKC. All day. All of the fam. I'm rocking with y'all. Every one of y'all. I might not be in your chats or on your panels a lot, but just know that I'm here and I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. And as long as I got your back, and as long as y'all fan with me, I'm fan with y'all. Square Bigs. Yo, man, get out of here, man. Go get y'all have some fun, man. Go get up with the little lady or something. I know y'all got action out there. It's Friday night. I got action all day. I'm getting low. Tomorrow, the fight. I need y'all here. You know what I mean? I need you here. We're going to be turned all the way up in the post-fight. We're going to be giving all the congratulations to Errol Spence Jr., but you know we're going to invoke the spirit of Terence Crawford in the post-fight all day. You know what I mean? Yo, man, y'all enjoy the fight out there, man. Enjoy the fight, you know, and turn up. Enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Take your mind off things. Have a drink or something. You know what I mean? If you don't drink, fine. Just have some laughs. Have some fun. This world is too filled with sorrow and tears. You need to be having fun this Saturday night. watching this fight and come back and rock with the homie all day. Much love to y'all, man. Much love. Yeah, exactly. We need that fight to happen next year. All day, man. All day. We need that fight to happen next year, and I'll be right here saying that Saturday night. You can bet that. You know what I mean? But I'm out of here, fam. Y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of y'all night. That is my prediction. Square Beers, at the end of the day, I'm rocking with Errol Spence Jr. to win this fight. I'm thinking it's going to be a split decision. I think it's going to be a lot closer of a fight than I expect. And mainly because the ring rust of Errol Spence Jr., the timing, he's going to need to get back down. First 7 fights are going to be fire-filled. I believe from 7 on down, Earl takes it all the way out and he finished this fight. I think this fight will resemble the Kell Brook fight, similar to what we saw in the Kell Brook fight, where it was such a back-and-forth contentious thing early until Earl caught the rhythm of the night and finished that fight. I think we'll get something very similar to that. I'll see y'all after the fight. I hope I'm not wrong. And I want to stand on one more thing. PBC, I'm telling you, if Earl is messed up and y'all put him in this fight, it's going to be fire and brimstone. I mean, brimstone. I mean, I'm going to go on a dark road. I'm going to be so pissed off. Much love. Thumbs up on the way out. If you did not hit it on the way in, I'll catch up with y'all real soon, man. Don't forget, the devil is everywhere. Omnipresent, everywhere at the same time. He wants to come and take your energy. He wants to take your children's energy, your life, your business, everything that you got going positive in your life. He want that wiped out. Hey, why you gonna let that happen though? For real, man. Like, why you gonna let that happen? You supposed to be a fighter. At the end of the day, fight on. To the next video. Peace.